What's good, y'all? So in this video, I'm going to be reacting to Tommy NFG, The Lies of TV High School. So I saw in the thumbnail that it was Euphoria. And I'm not going to lie, Euphoria is pretty, unfortunately, it seems like accurate to a point. Seemed like the raw, uncut, ugly side of, what some teenagers are out here doing. So I don't think that's a lie. But like some other shows or whatever where they just show the glitz and the glam, the very PG version of things. Um I feel like that's the lies. But let's get into it, see what he talking about.
One of the most unique and memorable times of your life. If you're on the lucky side, you end up with a sane mind, not scarred from any experiences, graduating and get to go to the school of your dreams. If you're not so lucky, well, there's a lot of outcomes. You end up as a just put the fries in the bag guy. You end up with 3 kids with someone you pinky promised in the 9th grade that you would love for life, and now you're fighting over custody of who gets to keep the kids. It sounds
For me, everything's pretty smooth until senior year of high school. That's a long ass story, not gonna lie. Rough year. Rough year, one of the roughest, to be real. A lot of traumatic things. First year of college wasn't great, did great in school. Happiness wise, at the bottom of the barrel. I was so. Anyways, traumatized also the following year. Things started to get better after the trauma. Then COVID, boom, COVID knocked my ass out. And I was like, bro, what the fuck? What? Are we dying? The world's ending, right? Okay, 2021, things seem like they're going up. I left a toxic ass relationship, had to leave that nigga in the dust. You feel me? Everything feels good. It feels good, get into a new relationship. She's awesome, amazing. Boom, boom, down the line. Bling, black, boom, boom, bam. You feel me? Beat about a booty, bada, bam. And, now I'm crazy as fuck because I've seen way too much. Seen too much. I'm educated though. I have a good job though.
year since I graduated is how wrong of a dream I was sold into when I was younger. When you're in elementary school and middle school, man oh man, is that ambition of high school at its peak. And I gotta blame all the TV, Disney Channel, Nickelodeon shows that led me up to those moments. I feel like every kid's introduction to the fantasy high school experience was High School Musical. I remember when I was younger seeing...
That was my show. I mean, well, my movie. You know what I'm saying?
And thinking, wow, all high school is just dancing on tables and having some cool drama with your friends? Awesome! I really thought as soon as I entered the facility, we was gonna start dancing on the spot. I never took a dance class, but I thought I would just learn automatically by walking into school. Like, I wanna understand the reason why there was so much dancing in high school shows. Nowadays, the shows are more drama-focused and I don't see it happen a lot. But before, they were finding reasons to start breakdancing randomly. Oh man, stage 4 brain cancer isn't for the weak. I probably won't even make it to graduation. Don't worry, Billy. As you know what we always say. If you have cancer today, call us dancers to save the day. Ain't no one had that type of energy at 7 a.m. in the morning. Like, were y'all up till 6 just practicing the routine before you got into school? Or did everyone perfectly naturally...
His body wasn't moving the way I feel like it should have. I can't figure it out.
To do the exact same dances at the exact same time. Ugh, Tommy, it's just a show. Shut up! Should answer the question! It's also funny looking back at the shows because you could tell when they couldn't find someone young to play the role. The victorious ones were the most hilarious.
Well, maybe back in the day. But now, I'm supposed to be fucking 35 playing a 16-year-old and I can't tell. I don't know what the voodoo is, what the skincare routine is. I need to know.
It would be so obvious it wasn't a teenager. Like, they don't even hide it. Who is this grown-ass with a full beard? He looks like he got a clock in the warehouse job in about 10 minutes. And do you notice anything about this scene? Only that somebody's mother got put in as the actor instead of them. Like, lady, this weak-ass bow tie isn't making you look any younger. I refuse to believe they couldn't find someone at a younger age in Hollywood, the place of actors, to simply be a background character and mumble some
they don't care.
They just felt lazy and didn't feel like paying them like they do to their writers. It's also weird to me how none of the characters get dress coded on anything. And oh boy, do they need some dress coding. Never mind Victorious. Euphoria is like Victorious, but if Dan Schneider could actually write his thoughts down. Who was letting these high schoolers walk around in these itty bitty fits without a word?
I'll say that
Actually, in the school, that's crazy. We couldn't wear, what couldn't we wear? It was like a problem with like leggings for a little bit. Shorts had to be fingertip test. No straps could show. No, like you couldn't have like a strap shirt on or something like that. Like just a bunch of rules. You could not have a cleavage. Just
In my high school, getting dress coded for things
Oh,
like
why he
even
beating
having
up the-
headphones too big.
So
You
many
walked around
bees
and they had
there.
a chance at calling you out for anything. The more older you get, the more you realize how weird it is that grown men, probably in their 40s and 50s, are
Making eye
setting up
contact.
these scenes in this fictional high school scenario. We know who one of the directors of this story is, so it kind of makes sense. Like, at least in the older shows, it wouldn't be as overtly sexual with the characters. But now it's like the Hollywood writers don't even hide their predatorness. But back to Victorious. Another thing Victorious made me look forward to was lockers for some reason. They used to make lockers look like a necessity to your time in high school. People would have their in shows dripped out in anything. And especially in Victorious. Like, how are they even getting these locker designs approved by the school?
Well,
Somebody
they
could
were
take
in
a
they were
gun-
in like a performing arts school, so that might be accurate. I'm not gonna lie. The performing arts, they get down a little bit different. I went to a private school. We didn't have lockers.
their locker as an aesthetic, and the faculty probably wouldn't even care. I don't even remember the times I used my locker when I was in school. It could just be because my school was really ghetto and, you know, people just broke your locker at random times for fun. Like,
Please welcome the Fantastic Four.
We do family dinner every week. That's us.
So, Johnny.
okay, I'm not giving any criminal advice, YouTube, just to make sure, but a lot of the old lockers, you could really just use a credit card and swipe that and just open it. But regardless, the image they make of the locker experience is so big for no reason. In a show, I'll see them casually hanging out at their lockers the whole time just talking, like, y'all don't got class? I wouldn't even have time to visit my locker in between my classes. How are y'all getting all this time? Time just slows down when they're at their lockers, I guess. One thing these shows do somewhat get right is the popular kids. Like, the popular kids tend to be the athletes and the sports players and the cheerleaders and whatnot. But what they don't talk about is the absolute downfall of these kids. At this point, we've all heard of peaking in high school, and it genuinely is one of the saddest things that can happen to you. Like, I'm glad I wasn't even close to the calibers of peaking. Because after
I don't think I was peaking. I just know I was popular. But I'm pretty sure my popularity came with me being black. Being real. And an athlete.
sad. All you see in these shows is how cool and great the experience is for the popular kid. Their cool little petty dramas between their friend groups and stuff. All the great parties they went to and through, which is also a lie I was taught. I was thinking them parties was damn near gonna be at legendary levels, like celebrity parties. Not Disney, just want to clarify. And you probably end up thinking that in the moment, but in reality, it just ends up looking like the TikTok list party. Once these kids end up graduating and realize the whole world isn't in a single building, they can't take it anymore. I've seen dudes who are supposed to be star athletes end up at the warehouse job where they'll work the rest of their life. And that isn't
The
9
rest
to
of their
5s.
life.
There's nothing really wrong with that at first. That's a lot of people's first type of job anyways. But I mean, when you was boasting saying you were gonna be better than everyone and acting at a higher ego, I'ma laugh at you. It's always the star athletes who have the worst downfalls. I don't know why. I guess they lose all ambition once they realize they're not making it to the league. And then we got the popular girls. It'll always be the girl that all the dudes wanted in school. After graduating a year later with 2 kids, ended up super fat and wanted to settle down right after that. Like, where's this side of the story, Victorious, Euphoria, Riverdale? Actually, I take that one back. Riverdale was never good. This
I forgot about Riverdale. I don't know why I just acted like that. I never watched it. Was it good? Should I watch it? I don't think I want to.
you were telling us, it's a lot. Maybe try to help these kids by stopping the path they're heading to because it's not gonna be
That's
fun.
a
For them. It's
fantastic
rare I've
movie.
seen someone's high school popularity translate to college because newsflash, you is grown and no one cares.
Yeah.
It's also funny in these shows how they treat certain positions in school like you need to get it or you failed at life. I don't know where the whole prom king and queen thing came from, treating it like if you got it you would become a part of the royal family. There's always some super big drama leading up to it for some reason in shows. Like everything builds up straight to the moment of the dance where everything's either gonna get solved or get worse. Straight up crashing out and doing anything to get prom king or queen. They would throw their friend off a bridge if it meant they had a higher chance of getting it. But in reality, no one really gave a Okay, let me not act like no one did care. Some people did, from my experience at least. But it was mostly the popular kids and their clique or whatever that really prioritized it. Everyone else just wanted to have fun with their friends. And after that day, not a single person even mentioned it. Were you supposed to be carried to royalty or something after? Got lives to live. And it's the same thing with the school council image. In shows, they'll make school councils seem like Supreme Court when it comes to decisions. They determine the new building plans, where the budget for funds go, how much the teachers get paid. When I was younger, I used to think they legit had the same power as the principal of the entire school the way it was portrayed. These kids will market themselves like they were running for government positions. In reality, the school council absolutely has no power. It's really a position they give to a student to make the students feel like they have some type of power. And most of the time, it'll just be the popular kids running to fuel their ego. I remember I had a friend who was in the school council and told me they couldn't even pick where the senior trip was gonna be. But I'm not gonna lie, some people definitely did go out their way to make it seem more important than it actually was. I remember one girl told me she was really running to get experience because she wants to hold a political position in the future. And I guess she is holding some type of position every night because 4 years later and she's a stripper now. Weird path change of a career. Maybe she'll be our president in 2040, who knows? Another lie I always see on these shows too is the high school sweetheart thing. I was definitely one of those kids growing up that thought as soon as I got in high school, I was gonna find my girlfriend. Like, we were gonna be showing off to all the school and end up with a picture-perfect family 10 years later. That's how it is in the shows. It has to be like that. You always have that token couple that's been together the whole show's time. They have an argument and the mystery gang has to solve the argument. But then you slowly realize that every single relationship is complete bull. Like, if you're in high school right now and sad because it seems like everyone is cuffed up together and you're not, I'm telling you right now that does not matter at all. My image of love died as soon as I realized that all of it was a fabrication. High school relationships is the most immature and dumbest ever. It makes me glad I wasn't in one in high school.
It is. Oh my god. That moment when you go through your first relationship in high school, if you have one. I literally felt like when we broke up, that I was going to die. I thought I was going to pass away. I thought couldn't make it. I couldn't go on. And it was so devastating to me. And then 3 months later, I was completely fine. Like, I was like, bro, okay, on to the next. But then when I got into my next relationship, and that was I was 17 when I got into it. It was a pretty long relationship. It lasted almost 5 years. So then when I realized what you experience as an adult in a relationship, I was like, what the fuck was that? I was just we was literally just meeting up with each other and kissing and doing stuff we didn't need to be doing, and that was about it. It was the height of our problems was texting someone we shouldn't have been or something like that, but it was not really that big of a deal. And then when you get a grown and you have bills and you have to think about this person and you have to balance going to work and I was like, high school relationships are stupid as hell, so dumb. Don't do it. It's a waste of your time. Or get it out the way. Your first heartbreak, get out the way. Realize shit don't mean nothing. But dating as an adult, whole different thing. Very, very, very unfortunate.
Because I know I would have done some cringy that I would still be cringing at today. And I realized this when I was already in school. I remember a couple broke up over someone following somebody else. I know one single couple from high school that's still together and that's it. And even if they are together until college, once they see a new set of people, it's GG's for the other person. Right then, it's just a competition of who's gonna break up first with the other. It's like that meme of Andy throwing away Woody. Better they break up now than cheat on each other. A real relationship is when you actually have to take take on adult responsibilities and balance it. So to wrap it up, all the shows that lied to me about this wonderful fantasy experience, you. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and
Listen, like I said, the PG rated shows, obviously they lying. That's not how things go. Um, but like I said, Euphoria, eh, you know, some of the new Netflix, Netflix, the Forever, the Forever Story, something that's it's new. Um, and a lot of the things they have on Netflix, Hulu, all of that, the dramas that are more, for adult consumption or older teens, that we're getting more accurate. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Anyways, y'all tell me how your high school experience was. What you thought of the video. Y'all like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Instagram. And I'll see you on YouTube.